Greetings and welcome to this episode of Everyday Enchantment. I'm your host, Stacey Andon, and we are going to have some fun today because everybody, and I mean everybody on the planet, is always asking me, how can I make the next step easier? So that is today's topic. How do you take that next step with way more ease and step off, as I've said many a time, the hamster wheel of indecision, lack of confidence, lack of clarity? I absolutely have got a story to share with you that's going to help us out today. All right, so let's dive right in. Years ago, as work I've done with coaching clients, I had an amazing client who came to me and we were talking about her business and her social media presence. And you know, there's so many people out there, not only just in the world of social media, but everywhere we turn, that has the exact method and formula that they want you to buy into in order to be successful. Now, this may be for your business, they may be for your life. Like, let's think about how to lose those last 10 pounds. How many times have we gotten pulled and sucked into something where we're like, yes, somebody else knows the answer? And again, there are lots of great pieces of information out there. What gets us wonky is when we think we should follow something that doesn't actually align with our own truth and our own knowing. So here's the thing. Back a long time ago, way before there were 20 more million platforms than there are now, this person had gotten advice, or I don't even know, basically a prescription that she should be posting a certain amount of times on social media, right? How many times should we be posting, whether you're just doing it for fun or whether you're doing it for business? There's all sorts of things that come through. Here's what I want to say. Whenever you're thinking about whatever it is you want to do next, whether it's what you want to eat for breakfast today or tomorrow, whether you want to step into that relationship, step out of that relationship, I want you to ask yourself, what am I saying about what I should do? I should blah, 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 blah. What do you think of the number one rule that is in your head about whatever it is? Okay, got it? Now, I want you now to ask yourself, what if I didn't actually have to follow whatever that was? What if I didn't have to post 20 million times a day on social media? What if I didn't have to eat lettuce and a piece of pineapple for the next week to get back into rhythm with my own body? What if I didn't have to put myself on all those online dating sites that give me the thinking about them because I think I should do it? I want you to pause in a moment when you're on a precipice of making a decision and find out exactly where the should is, and then ask yourself in that moment, what if I didn't do it? What? What if I allowed myself? Like, if there were no rules in this moment, what do I actually want to do? That always, to me, is at the heart of where the best intuitive information lies. Because if there's no negative consequences, no fear, somebody's going to be mad at you, you're doing it wrong. What do you actually want to do? Now, that doesn't mean you have to act on it today, tomorrow. It is going to be really great information for you, though, about where you naturally are inclined to head. Maybe you go off social media. Maybe you take a break. Maybe you don't go on any of the dating sites and you decide to do something different. There are so many ways. There are a million, zillion, trillion ways for you to take the next step. What generally gets us all hung up is some rule about what it is. And so often we've paid money or we've invested time and energy into whatever that rule is. And so we are like, how can I break my own? advice. It's not your advice, it's somebody else's model for success, which is wonderful. They have tried it out, it's worked for them, they're using it. It's trying to overlay that model that is uniquely tied and created for them onto your own life. So you want to make something easier. The best person that's going to know exactly what to do is you. And again, we've been so conditioned to look outside of ourselves that that process of stopping and saying, okay, what if I didn't do that? Or what I do that? What if I did something like, instead of just like, oh, I shouldn't post more than twice a day or whatever the rule is, I do 20 times today because that's lighting me up in this moment. Following what lights you up, following all those beautiful little breadcrumbs of this feels like joy, this feels like energy, versus this feels like a should or draining or trying to live somebody else's expectations. Just saying, you can clear all the BS right now, all of that swirling going on, cut right to the heart of the matter, and just ask yourself, what if? What if? And there you go. So this is a short one because, again, I'm not trying to belabor a point. I want it to be easier for you. I want it to be easier for me. Whether you're in business, whether it's in your personal life, wherever you find yourself bumping up to something where you want to, you know what you really want to do, but you're not allowing yourself to do it. Make it easier and give yourself permission. And here's the beautiful thing: permission to follow whatever that is. Try it out. Let it be an experiment. You don't have to be engaged with it forever. You don't have to be attached to it forever. Find out information, it's not working, you pivot a little bit more. That's the beautiful thing. We are not anchored forever by our decisions. We get to pivot. So if somebody else's process sounds interesting to you, try it. But if it feels like you're forcing and you're having to convince yourself to do the thing, that's information. All right. Let me know what you're thinking about all this. Let me know what you're going to use this little shortcut for ease and clarity. What are you going to use it for next? Start with something fun, like, again, that doesn't have a lot of stress or pressure around it. And then practice, again, building that muscle with things that have more weight around them for you, right? That feel a little bit more what I would call kind of high stakes. All right, beautiful beings, go out and be the magical person that you are on this planet. I cannot wait to chat with you again. So many delicious things in this season's episode. So please, 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 please subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the podcast, wherever you are finding me. Share it with your friends. Drop us a review. We would love to hear from you. And if you want to continue this conversation about ease and fun and clarity about living life, coming back into this intuitive sense of knowing and anchor, pop on over to my Everyday Enchantment Facebook group, because we're always having delightful and delicious conversations about these kinds of things. All right. Until next time, I am wishing and knowing you're going to have an incredible day.